Hi, everyone. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the outside world and how does it impact yourself and myself and everyone else. We are living in the times of winter. If you read about the cycles of the economic changes, we are now in the season of winter, which may take overall between 10 to 12 years. And it's a time of inflation, economic crisis. We are experiencing war. We have just gone through COVID and global pandemic, and everything changed. So we are really going through a lot of transformation, but also many crises, and it's not really nice, or we don't feel safe. There is a lot of fear happening. The many companies went bankrupt because of COVID. Now with war, it's also very challenging, and obviously, for anyone who is involved in the war, that's just that's very affecting, right? So what happens to everyone who is not affected by those big things directly? We might sometimes have the feeling of guilt, or who am I to have all this fun and big goals and dreams if people are dying just next to me, right? Or just a neighbor's friend died, or something like this happened. So I want to talk a little bit about that, because I also resonate with it. I sometimes also get to think that, oh my God, why am I going to Bali soon, or later to Fiji, if there is so much bad happening in the everywhere, right? And people have literally sometimes nothing to eat, or they're losing their homes. Why am I going to be so happy, and how is it fair, right? Where is this justice? So the guilt feeling is one of the worst feelings you may feel. It's a very low vibration feeling. It's basically being hard on yourself and hitting yourself on the head, kind of saying, hey, like, come on, like, don't be so happy, like, people are dying, like, just be, just be sad and or whatever, angry, or whatever you want to feel, but definitely not happy. So it's really destructive, actually, as a feeling. And why is it not good to feel that, right? When we think about like really big picture, we could say that there's always this fight between the good and the bad, right? And the evil. And if you add on to this bad feeling of guilt, or later resentment, or anger, you're just really feeding the bad. You're not really changing anything in the positive way. You're not creating any positive impact. You're just really adding to the misery of the world. And why, if you are healthy, strong, and you could add to the good, right? So it's really important to kind of convince yourself that feeling good and creating the positive, being engaged in the projects, growing the business, being really excited and inspired is great, because you are creating more good around you. So you're actually spreading the good more and more. And the more of us will do that, the better this place will be, right? So I hope that makes sense to you, but it's all in the energy. We are connected to each other through energy. And if you don't believe in energy, think about, walking into a room when someone just had a massive fight, and see how you feel, right? Like we feel the energy. So instead of adding to the bad and the negative vibration, if you don't really have a direct reason to do that, to be and feel that, it's really not smart. It is not smart, because you are in a good position, so you should be adding to the good feeling, and create more positivity, and not fake positivity. It's not about telling yourself that you're happy if you're not. it's about consciously choosing to focus on the good, to use gratitude practice, to be thankful for what you have, appreciate what you have so that you can give back and contribute and be in good vibration, versus kind of guilting yourself, blaming yourself for doing something that as a human being, you know, there's nothing wrong in doing, right? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I sometimes feel that people have this kind of guilt and shame going around, and they even shame each other sometimes. I see that, you know, oh, you know, how can you make money if people are poor and homeless, and how can you care about that, right? Like, well, that's you know, that's just growth. I may be making more money because I'm growing, and by the way, I'm providing jobs, and I'm actually doing something to create those jobs, and people can have you know, food on their table because of my efforts. So it's really how we look at it, and what perspective we bring to that. So I'm curious what you think about it, and have you ever felt guilty about, I don't know, going on vacation to Maldives when there is war going on next door, or you know, you've heard some stories, and you feel guilty that you have everything in your life right now. So I just want to also encourage you to really appreciate what you have, and be joyful about it. Don't feel the guilt. Just convince yourself, you know, write it out, and convince yourself by kind of repeating, why is it good that you can feel good, because you work so hard for it, and you also can create so much good with that if you feel good and positive, right? So I want to leave you with that, and really curious to learn what you think about it. Thanks.